Okay, blog post number 2 is going to be about domestic abuse, and I'm going to use a song called Last to Say by Atmosphere, one of my favorite artists. He's a great, deep artist, and the song's about domestic abuse and a woman's experience in domestic abuse, and I'm going to read some lyrics that are kind of stirring, but they relate to the topic. Think about when you left him last time. Said out loud that you would never forgive past crimes. Sunglasses so dark, scarf around the neck to cover the choke marks. That explicitly states domestic abuse and what was happening to her, and there's a justification process in the song, and I'm going to read some lyrics from that where she tries to justify her husband's domestic abuse. Here it goes. And since you gotta justify returning, you convinced yourself that he's just a hurt person. And I didn't think that really cut it for me. All the times I've watched that, listened to that song, I just didn't understand why that she would try to justify that in the first place. And I think that's a question that a lot of people don't understand that have not been in a domestic abusive relationship. So the course concept that I would like to apply to this is the CNN's YouTube video titled #Why I Stayed founder, I was Janae Rice, where Beverly Gooden talks about her experience in a domestically abusive relationship and essentially the reasons why she stayed or why Janae Rice could have been staying. Because Janae Rice did actually marry Ray Rice, so it's real. Like, women or men do stay in relationships where they're being abused, and Beverly Gooden says that it could be because of love, finances, kids, or to protect them, essentially. And love pretty much gets a lot of the really ties in a lot of the reasons, because I mean, if you want to protect your lover even though he's abusing you, that is true love, I'm assuming, and that is unfortunate that it's abusive it's toxic, but love could be a reason. Finances, which is definitely, it makes sense to me if someone was pressured to stay in a relationship because they were poor, they didn't have any money, it's to save themselves. But honestly, I don't think it's worth it with the finances. With kids, I've never had a child, so I wouldn't be able to give my opinion on it, but I could see why someone would stay in an abusive relationship for their kids. Conclusively, she pretty much tells us that she has support for Janae Rice. She has a group of people that would love to offer support when she's ready, if she ever wants to get out of that relationship. And if they stay together, nobody really can tell you what you can and cannot do, especially in love. But domestic relationship, or domestic abuse, is definitely an issue, I would say. So thank you. That's been blog post number 2.